Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to the show. I said I wasn't gonna do a show today. I had a lot of stuff to do, which is why I'm dressed like this, but I'm back, baby. Let's get it. Girl didn't get a diploma. Why? Because she being ratchet on stage doing the splits and twerking, which is crazy. Then this is a crazy story. We got to talk about this. The young boy that was stabbed by one of these lunatic Allah Akbars in the UK, where he was accused. They believed the killer, arrested this boy, let him die like a dog. We got to talk about that. And before we get to any of that, I got to talk about the running mayoral race with Pratt and Karen Bass, sorry, Ash. We're going to talk about it on the show. Y'all hold the phone.
I want everybody in this room to have that same spirit, that same identity carried in your life.
Make sure that you go through life and find your purpose.
And we don't do this just to get a pat on the back. We do it because we came here to win.
And it starts with you understanding that God has a purpose for you.
This is the time to be more bold than ever before.
We're all Americans at the end of the day, and we should love one another. We should be focused on what's right for our country. Welcome back. Hey, I want to say thank you to all the people who are members of the Officer Tatum Show. I really appreciate you guys, all the way up to the deputy chiefs. I appreciate you guys sacrificing and giving a little bit of what God has blessed you with to support the channel. I'm always going to be grateful for that. There's a picture, Grant, I want you to get. I want to show you guys this in a second. I'm not going to do it now. I'll give them time to get it. There's a picture of Trayvon Martin and that kid that just got killed in North Carolina. And it is the most disingenuous picture that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But before I get to that, let's talk about this L.A. mayoral race. Now, when you look at, for those of you who were paying attention to it yesterday, there was a lot of stuff that happened. I mean, I don't know where Hilton ended up in the governor's race, but he was polling very well. He was literally leading. I don't know what he ended up doing because I don't live in California. But Pratt had his run. And here's some results, according to Fox News, about Spencer Pratt and Karen Bass. It's impressive that a guy who's not a politician, who wasn't a career politician, who's a person of the people. When I say person of the people, he's an actual person that lives in LA that was affected by the poor policies, and therefore, in my opinion, he represents the people the best. Wrote a clip of what Fox News said, and then we're going to get to the current state of the mayoral race. Wrote a clip.
We'll go to the runoff. We believe very comfortably, based on the Associated Press reporting from the votes overnight, that she now currently leads in that mayor's race. So really, the second place finisher will advance, and that's either Pratt or that's Rahman. But Pratt right now is sitting in a very good and comfortable position. So how do they vote in Los Angeles? Massive, sprawling town. Here are the neighborhoods. Pacific Palisades hit by the fires. Westwood, that's where UCLA is. Hollywood, and of course, downtown LA. To show you a bit of a comparison, we went back to the results in Los Angeles from 4 years ago. This is not the primary now. This is the mayor's race and how it ended up. Karen Bass was the winner over Rick Caruso. Caruso was a Republican, then an independent. He ran as a Democrat, but this is where Caruso did best. Pacific Palisades, okay, in the neighborhoods to the north. Karen Bass did best in downtown LA, Hollywood, and East LA. And we'll see eventually, once we get to November, if indeed those voting patterns follow.
All right, so if you look at the chart right here, this is, I think, what's currently going on right now, and that is Karen Bass is leading in the head. I don't know how stupid you got to be to vote for Karen Bass or how disingenuous you got to be as a person. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. The woman has failed. Democrats have failed the city. If you're in a position living in L.A., and it is what it is right now, it's because of Democrats. There's been nothing but Democrats running that city to the ground, and everybody that lived there complains all the time. Many people have left. Quit being silly and vote for somebody different. But somehow they're dumb enough to vote for Karen Bass. Sorry, Ash. And if you look at the Cauchy, here's what the results look like. So it looks as if the green is, what's her name? Miss Ramen Noodle. And then other one is Karen Bass. Sorry, Ash, she elbows. And the projection is that those two will win, and or those two will go to the finals over Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt. So Cauchy, as you can see, has been fluctuating. Initially, it had Pratt and Bass running, and then it devolved down to having Nithya Raman and Karen Bass running as well. So, but here's a little bit of their concession speeches, or not concession speeches, but a little bit of their speeches to their audience after the votes had tallied in. Roll the clip.
Over these last 3.5 years, we have laid a foundation.
Of
and we're going
nothingness.
to build on that foundation because we know what a city we have and what a city we can be. And let me just say that tomorrow begins the second half of this journey. Now, you stood with me for the first half. Will you stand with me all the way? Will you stand with me all the way? What happens when we fight? What happens when we fight? Well, let me just tell you, that's what we've been doing over these last few months. We've been fighting because we're not going to let somebody turn back our clock. We are not going to do that.
Time out.
We are going to.
You know what it made me think about? Can you go back to scroll the clip back just a little bit where it shows the people behind Karen Bass, sorry Ash. Let me just say this. This is what it makes me wonder. Are people of color stupid? And I'm not saying everybody, but is a default setting for people of color. See all this diversity? Why are they so silly? I do not understand. It appears to me, if I were to look at the background of somebody who really cares about LA, somebody really who's going to do something about LA, I would be hard pressed to find this much quote unquote diversity. Answer this question and help me. Is this manufactured diversity, which means that they're just putting people back there that show different colors, but this is a subsection of those groups that are actually stupid. And everybody else got common sense, right? I see Hispanic, I see, it look like some native people back there. I see all these people. Is this just them picking the dumbest and lowest vibration people that they can find in these races, putting it behind Karen Bass to make it look like diversity? Or is diversity a problem in America? I hate to say it, man. I don't understand how black and brown people still voting for these fools. And literally they're living in conditions that are worse than before, but they cannot change their mindset on who to vote for. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Nithya Raman crying, and she ain't even lost yet. Roll the clip.
I hope you know that everything every person in this room is fighting for in this campaign has been about building a city that's worthy of you and every child in this city.
No tears. I just want y'all to know that. No tears. She ain't even trying to wipe a tear.
Los Angeles is the most magical city in the entire world. Win or lose.
According to the teleprompter.
I'm so proud to be an Angelino, and I'm so grateful to call this extraordinary city my home. No matter what happens in this election, I'll never stop fighting for it. And I know that every single one of you won't either.
Somebody tell me, how do you trust a politician that's giving a heartfelt message from a teleprompter? Let me explain the teleprompter scenario to you. The teleprompter does not auto-generate based on what you're currently thinking. The teleprompter is based on things that have already been written that you now put on the teleprompter that you now read. So tell me how you can predict your emotions to match something you put on a teleprompter that you previously wrote and you having a current event happening. And we're supposed to believe that you're genuine. We're supposed to believe that you really feel that way, Nithya Raman. No, you staged that. You wrote something and you had to capitulate or put on your actor's mask to try to live up to the script you wrote. Ain't no way in the world I want a woman crying like that defending me. If something catastrophic happened, I can see it. But she on there ain't wiped a tear yet. The city is made for you. And homeless people stabbing people in the neck and shooting up and blowing drugs on the corner, robbing people, taking their pants down, pooping, having you know what in the middle of the road. I saw a video flying on the internet, dude at the bus stop just going at it in broad daylight. This is what y'all doing in there. And she crying, talking about it's made for everybody, but won't say nothing about these homeless people and crime and drugs and all kind of stuff. All right, let's get to Spencer Pratt.
Do you see an uphill battle in the next 5 months?
Absolutely not. I think the next 5 months is I'm going to have time to build out this team to show everybody the level of Democratic supporters that I have behind me, the heavy hitters that are in this room, that are all behind me. And I think this idea that I don't represent Democrats and Republicans and independents, anyone that's just a Los Angeles citizen that wants basic quality of life, I'll be able to show that in 5 months. Right now, the media likes to say, oh, he's this. I'm not that. I'm an Angelino who said enough is enough, and I had to step up. I didn't know I'd be here tonight, but it's obviously God's plan, and I'm going to go all the way, and I'm going to show everybody that I'm their mayor.
Here's a couple more examples of his speech.
Karen Bass again, and what do you want to tell her if she sees this?
You know, I love debating her on NBC. I look forward to a couple more on NBC and Fox. We can do debates every Friday if she would like, because this actually became my most favorite thing to do. So yes, as many debates as Mayor Bass would like.
What would you like to tell her now that it's on? Between the two of them.
Oh, I mean, she knows it's on. She's. I hope she's ready. You know, because I literally could not be more excited.
All right, next clip.
Again, I got in this because as a citizen, I felt like my city failed myself, my neighbors, my family. And when I got on this mission now, I look around and the city's failing most of Los Angeles. And now I'm in all these communities and I'm hearing everyone's issues and problems. People are all across the city
You're talking about homelessness, you're talking about drugs, you're talking about crime, you're talking about the lack of police, fire department.
The list of failures across the city. There's people that just want the potholes fixed. Mayor Bass has allowed the city to be covered in potholes. We don't have sidewalks. We don't have lights. So on the basic level, there's people that care about that. And then there's the moms who want to be able to go to the parks and not see anybody shooting up fentanyl with their pants off. I was in the Valley yesterday, a beautiful Persian restaurant, and the lovely owner said, Spencer, they have naked drug addicts in front of the kids when we're trying to have food at the restaurant. This is across the city. And again, as mayor, I'm going to help these homeless people.
All right, I think we got one more clip. I don't know if y'all saw that dude get thrown out the back of that. I think it was the same dude that was trolling. I'm going to put this together. I think it was the same dude that got thrown out the back of that thing is the same dude that was trolling the news people on the street. Go back to that clip at the beginning when he first started talking. Y'all see that guy with those sunglasses? He just got thrown out of the picture there. As you can see, he's there. He said something crazy. Spencer Pratt had to look behind him. Go to that next clip. No, go back. Yeah, I think this clip, is the clip. Play it real quick. I want y'all to see him get thrown out the back. I'm observing this. Roll the clip.
Yeah, thank you. My message to those people that didn't vote for me, thank you for voting. I'm excited that everyone voted today. One thing I've learned is a lot of people don't vote. My goal by November, whether it's you're voting for me or you're voting for Mayor Bass,
well, I
I'm
like
going
to
to
hear
get
him
more
say
people
that.
to vote.
The clip that I'm referring to is the clip that we just played, like the clip that I just played.
Again, I got in this because as a citizen, I felt like my city failed myself, my neighbors, my family. And when I got on this mission now, I look around and the city's failing most of Los Angeles. And now I'm in all these communities and I'm hearing everyone's issues and problems. People are all across the city.
You're talking about homelessness, you're talking about drugs, you're talking about crime, you're talking about the lack of police, fire department.
Watch the bald head guy. See the guy right there that's looking straight at the camera? Watch him take that guy and take him out the back. Roll it.
A list of failures across the city. There's people that just want the potholes fixed. Mayor Bass has allowed the city.
All right, I just had to throw that out there. I'm sorry, man. I know I'm diverting. Roll a clip of the hecklers that was actually pretty funny heckling, and I think that's the guy. Is that the same? That's the same guy. Roll the clip.
He's speaking out against communism and socialism, and it is a real big problem in our cities, especially in LA where it's turned to crap. It's not an accident. They're doing it by design. Karen Bass wants to destroy our city, and it's nice to see someone like Spencer Pratt.
I can simplify it because those buzzwords are like they melt the brains of like left, leaning people. So let's just say it this way: he doesn't want human feces to be a part of your life. Yeah. He doesn't want homeless children outside.
Totally.
Homeless
Thank
people
you.
outside. Oh, you didn't like that.
We have,
she ran away.
We have talked.
Homeless people outside of the elementary schools having sex with their own hands in front of the children.
We appreciate you. We've talked a lot about the homelessness. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna
listen,
don't
Liz.
appreciate you, ma'am.
I got it. Thank you for navigating that so well.
No, we can. He seems
I just
to
want to shout out June Cutter, the chief of staff of Spencer. She's incredible.
Thank you. Okay, Hallie, all I will say is that clearly they're taking a few shots. They're feeling good out here.
He tried to shoot his shot on the camera.
Perhaps, I don't know for sure. Really suspicion. Liz, thank you.
She had nothing to do with this. He tried to shoot his shot on the camera. He was hoping that she was watching. He's like, oh, she's great, MAGA queen. That's hilarious. All right, let's get to some more serious stuff. This UK kid, this was very troubling to me. And let me just say this, because I watched the video already. You guys are going to be privy to it. I know that you guys have heard of it in part, that this young kid who was stabbed by Allah Akbar, and the police show up and they just downplayed him, let him lay there and die, and they took the side of Allah Akbar when they should have done a true investigation. Now, here's my question that I have. Clearly, the investigation yielded that he was lied about, meaning that the kid did not do anything racist, and he was not a suspect in whatever accusations that they made. However, I don't know why he's in their yard, which is weird. How does this kid in their yard end up being stabbed? So that's one thing that I haven't been able to figure out, but I think that it is conclusive that the mindset of suicidal empathy is literally afoot in this scenario, where immediately you go to a scene and you see a kid struggling, and they literally George Floyded him. Just let him die. He's saying he can't breathe. He's literally, his hands are, he look like a corpse. And when you touch, I've been in situations where I had to check people's pulses, and I was watching people fade away and go on to the next life. And you could tell they're pale, they get cold, right? Their life is leaving them. And they could not protect this kid, all because they have suicidal empathy and they want to leverage on the side of Allah Akbar instead of being fair to citizens. Roll the clip.
Violent clashes have erupted between police and protesters in the UK after video emerged showing a dying teenager being handcuffed after he was falsely accused of a racist attack. John Paul Gonzo is here now. JP, the British Prime Minister has described this video as harrowing.
And Keir Starmer said the body cam vision of the arrest of Henry Novak made him feel sick. The release of it has sparked protests in Southampton, which quickly spiralled out of control, with some people lobbing bins and bricks at police. Henry Novak was murdered in December, but this vision has only just been released. When police arrived at the scene, the teenager is on the ground and says to officers he had been stabbed, telling them 9 times that he couldn't breathe. One officer dismisses the teenager, saying, "I don't think you have, mate," arresting him, while his killer, Vikram Digwa, stands nearby. Digwa had falsely accused Novak of a racial assault, and police believed him, but a court found he lied about being the victim of racism.
I have seen the body cam footage. It's harrowing, and I have to say, as a father of a 17-year-old boy, I felt sick. There are clearly serious questions that need to be addressed, not least how accusations of racism informed the decision-making in this case.
Digwa has been sentenced to 21 years jail. Henry's family say the way the teenager was treated was inhumane and degrading.
I don't know if it's just me or like European dudes are all gay. I don't know what I nothing against being gay. You want to be gay. Why are they so weak and gay looking? The average guy who's probably straight is a little weenie, like a little weasel. Just, I don't know if it's culture or what, man. Maybe that's why we the big dogs. Nothing against you in the UK. If you watching me, I love you. I'm not talking about the guy down the street. We talking about the little skinny bean neck guy down the street. But this is probably why America is what it is today. I swear, maybe we eat more food or something. We just look healthier. Y'all got like 3 people that can fight in your country. We got a whole state full of people. I'm just saying, man, I don't know. It's just watching the dude on the news and then the guy that's running the country, they all like this, bro. All right. let's skip this clip because it really, I don't think it has a lot of value. But it was something that happened before the thing. The kid was just walking around. But this is a little bit of the clip of what happened and why people are outraged. Roll the clip.
My dad's holding it now. Alright. He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep him set up.
Alright.
He's got a mouthful of blood, I don't want him.
He was on the bin on the other side of this keep.
He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that. And he's up here.
Move away, mate.
He's obviously, he's fallen from there and he slipped from there.
There's other shooters left over there, mate.
What's your name, mate? Huh? Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me. He's grabbed my brother, he's took my turban off, started grabbing my head.
Are you injured?
Yeah, I've got swollen eye, little bruises.
Alright, just step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down.
Got this stab.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we?
I was in bed asleep. When it was just finding out, someone's attacked me. I can't breathe.
Grab his other arm. What's happened to you, alright? You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? I don't think you have, mate.
That's what, and then you've got nothing, I want to keep you up.
Time out. You telling me you're not going to even check? He said, I've been stabbed. He clearly seems incoherent to a certain degree, which is consistent with a person being stabbed and probably losing consciousness. You're not going to open his jacket and check him? This is their rendition of checking him after he's complained of being stabbed and clearly his body's going limp. You can look at his hands. His hands is already dead. I mean, it looks stiff and like, what are y'all doing? Roll the clip.
Hand.
I can't breathe.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate.
Yeah. This is like times this has happened to us. We've been walking, we parked literally there. Can we get around one of these? We've had people racist
90 foot.
Nothing happened.
He's saying he's been stabbed, so let's just check him.
Where has he been stabbed?
He hasn't been.
In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
Right.
In the face?
Just get these to back off, get their details and that, and I'll keep hold of him.
Should we
Right, keep you on your side, mate. You better retrieve then. I'm saying to him, I'm keeping him on his side. We were set up when we had him here, but you didn't like it. What's your name, mate?
He can't tell you now
You are
because he's
under
dead.
arrest. That's for assault, so you do not have to say anything, may harm in defence. If you do not mention when questioned,
Look at
I'll
him.
switch you later in line of court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, alright? He's going to be sick, I think.
He's dying.
So I just want you to call it.
Yeah, we've got this male. He's
Just-
been beat up. Are we able to get an ambulance, please? His pupils aren't even reacting.
All right, so you got the gist of it. They get there, they treat him like he's an animal and that he has no value in his life. And they instantaneously believe the guys who were saying what they were saying. Instead of doing a thorough investigation, which means that you got to go into these situations impartially. You don't know who's telling the truth or not. You weren't there. So you need to investigate people and do it the right way. That means separate people and ask them questions and have independent witnesses. And then the person that's laying there that said, I've been stabbed, he clearly is lethargic. He's saying he can't breathe. Those are signs and symptoms of somebody who's a victim of being stabbed. You check his pulse. You check on them, you do what you got to do, and then you evaluate the situation. If they'd have done their job appropriately and properly, then they would have found out that he had been stabbed. They could have treated him, he would have lived, and they would have sent the right person to jail. But instead, they hate white people because they've been brainwashed to have empathy for people that are non-white. My wife told me this. She go, Brandon, I think this is coming to America. And I said, nah, but in reality, if we continue the way we are, this will be in America. We've seen it every single day. Like I just saw a clip from these nut jobs that go out here and chase ambulances and get payouts from officers. The one I showed you last night where the guy got fired because he punched that girl in the face and they fired him. Well, you know what? Benjamin Crump are now parading the girl around at a press conference because they're looking for money. Benjamin Crump wasn't there for that girl when she was having a breakdown or she had an arrest warrant, but they sure there when it's time to make some money from police officers. But the only reason why they're there because that officer was white. If you do not think that there is going to be racial racism against white people in America based on the trajectory we're going, you're losing your mind. We better nip this stuff in the bud. You know, you got the young man that's the quarterback for the New York Giants. You got him. He can't even go and support Trump without getting backlash, only because he's white. Only because he's white. All kind of players be supporting people, but they only care because he's white. All right, let's get to some other news here. Graduation. I tell you what, if my kid act like this at a graduation, I'm going to go on stage. You are not going to embarrass the family name by doing this foolery. And I don't know why they keep doing it. It's not fun. It's not cute. You can twerk and you can bounce that thing all you want at home or at your post-dinner graduation or post-graduation dinner. But for you to get on the stage and drop it like it's spicy and wonder why people are I'm just going to play the clip for y'all. It explains to me how some of these people ain't going to make it in life. I'm just throwing it out there. Roll the clip.
We all know it. It's the time of the year where you see viral videos from graduations just like this. Locally here at home, there's a split decision on if this move went way too far.
Well, too much. That was too much. See how long the dress and everything is? She covered.
Meet Tyvion Campbell.
I will be attending Georgia State University this fall.
She says she'd been telling friends, family, and even classmates for weeks that for graduation at Chicago Tech Academy High School, her exit was going to be memorable.
Yes, I gave many warnings. I told my friends, family.
It's high school. You're graduating high school. You want to be memorable, and you think it's such a big deal you want to twerk and go out with a bang from high school. How about you could do that when you graduate med school? I don't recommend you do it because it's trashy, but that's an accomplishment. High school is free. Graduating high school should be free. You know, when I say free, meaning that it's commonplace. You are a complete loser if you got parents that support you to any degree and you don't graduate high school and it's free. College is different. You got to pay for it. There's a whole bunch of other rigmarole that go with it. But this is how you feel that you need to do this in high school? Finish the clip.
And I told my peers, my teachers, I said I'm going to do a split on stage, but no one took me serious. And when I did it, everyone was shocked.
She followed through. After walking across the stage at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, Campbell waved to the crowd, dropped it into a split with a dance move, popped back up to accept her diploma, except...
Come on, that's not a dance move. Come on, lady. Come on, I know you got the voice and everything, but you got to get with the culture. That's not a dance move. That's called twerking. She bounced it. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, ah, ah. All right, you can't do that. It's improper decorum. Nobody's going to hire you bouncing in on the stage like that. Let her finish.
It never came.
I did a pretty princess wave, did my split, got back up, and I tried to reach for my diploma, and I didn't get it. And I was confused at first. I thought they mixed up my name.
Video of the moment shows Campbell looking back towards school officials as the audience cheered.
The principal telling her now, don't give her nothing. She looked around her, don't give her nothing. Don't give her,
so she didn't
make her walk off. No, she didn't hand it to her.
Tyvion Campbell.
The reaction from the crowd was loud. Campbell says the only person who took issue with the celebration were school leaders.
My principal, Ms. Shackelford, she told me I need to think of a way to make up for what I've done. and this was supposed to be a celebratory moment, and I made it about myself.
The 18-year-old says she was escorted out of the ceremony and still has not received her diploma.
Good.
She also says she never saw any written rule prohibiting dances or celebrations during the commencement.
You should know better.
We did receive rules, but the rules had nothing to do with what you can and cannot do while you walk across the stage.
For the new graduate, the biggest disappointment isn't the online attention. It's
Man,
the
how many
feeling
times
like
y'all
a
gonna show a
milestone
twerking? God
moment
dang.
was taken away.
It was disappointing. It really hurt my feelings. I cried, and I couldn't even continue the
Time
graduation.
out. Parents, raise your kids better than this. I just want y'all to, your kids got to do better than this. This young lady will not make it in life. She's not going to make it at the highest potential unless she changes. Because if you cannot take accountability for your actions, you're not going to make it in life and be successful. You're going to be working at some job you hate. You're going to be making hardly no money, living off the system, dating drug dealers, and doing all kind of stuff because these simple fundamental principles. That girl keeps saying she hit the splits. No, she hit the splits and she started twerking. That's what got her in trouble. And then she don't understand authority. And most young people don't understand this, but raise your kids better than this. The principal and that position that the principal hold and the credentials that she had to go through to get there, what she say means something in life. You can't just automatically say, well, I know better than the principal. That ain't gonna get you nowhere in life. You need to humble yourself. She gets a quick response and I want to play it. And then I want to show this Trayvon Martin clip. Roll it.
Now, a quick backstory. I've been telling these people for weeks that I was going to do a split on stage.
Time out.
It was not.
Listen to it. I've been telling these people for weeks. What are you saying, young lady? That's like somebody come to my job. There's someone come work for Brandon Tatum. And they down there talking about, I've been telling these people for, what you mean these people? These people are your bosses. This is leadership up here. We're not playing that game. You don't go hit the splits and do whatever you want to do like you run this place. I will fire you. Okay, roll the clip.
A surprise. They just thought I was joking. And that's the problem now. Don't think I'm joking because I'm not. So yeah, I did my split on stage and I walked across and it was an area where you're supposed to take pictures with your diploma. And the person who was handing out my diploma, she was just looking slow. Well, excuse me, not slow. But she was standing there looking crazy. So I'm like, babe, what are you doing? Hand me my diploma. And she's like, I honestly thought that they mixed up my name and didn't have my name in the right order. I didn't even think that she was purposely not trying to give me my diploma at first. And then everyone's telling me, oh, just go back and get it, go back and get it. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me to go back and get the diploma and she's telling me to keep walking. So what do y'all want me to do?
Time out.
So
the principal said keep walking. Students are saying go back and get it. Who has the authority? The fact that you got that line blurred is insanity to me. Now, I'm not mad at this girl. She's an adult. She should be ashamed of herself, but her parents should be even more ashamed. Her parents are more of the problem. When you raise kids and you do not hold them accountable when they're young, when they get older, they're not going to be kids with integrity. And you can be talented, you can get good grades at school, you can do whatever you want forward facing. But if internally or behind closed doors you do not have integrity or good character, you're going to struggle in life. I'm telling you, I don't know why people don't get this. You reap what you sow. There are elements in life that's more important than the external visibility. You can be cute all you want, but if you got bad character and bad attitude, your life will suffer. Let her finish her statement and we're going to move on.
I was just confused. I ended up keep walking across the stage and I was standing there for a minute. I was standing there like, I'm not moving until I get my diploma. I'm not moving until I get my diploma. Why didn't you give me my diploma? So I ended up sitting down. Long story short, everybody's like, sit down, sit down. So I had a seat. I went, sat down, whatever. After I sat down,
can't listen to this girl no more. I lived in a time back you get toe up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got a super chat. Y'all know what I'm talking about? We used to get toe up. I was showing my wife in the closet the other day. I was swinging a belt, and I was like, this how we used to get whooped like that. She like, ain't no way in the world you should get hit like that. I'm like, yeah, we get hit like that. It was going that fast, too. Paka, pa, a paka, a pa, a wata, a ta. You put your hand back there, it was burning and stinging. The first 2 hits was too much. You know how many times I did that? I ain't never did it again. Daddy came home. He said, you need to wash these dishes before I come home. This back when, that's why in my life, I never used dishwasher before, after this, because Daddy wants you to wash the whole dish before you put it in the dishwasher. If I'm going to wash it, I might well wash it and put it on the dry rack. Daddy came home. I didn't wash it good enough. He told my friend, y'all got to go home. He had the belt in his hand. Y'all got to go home. I got tore up in the kitchen. How many times you think I didn't wash them dishes right? One time. Now you got to tell kids 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and you got to beg them, and you got to incentivize them. One time. Dad told me not to have nobody over while he was at work. I thought Darius didn't count. Me and Darius was best friends. Daddy came home. Why you got people at the house? Come on down here. How many times did I have people at the house when my daddy wasn't there? One time. Then these kids crazy. All right, let me get to the super chat. Anna P, thanks so much for the super chat. Let's see. As an Angelino, I'm so happy Spencer and Hilton made it through. Thank you, Brandon, for covering them and spreading their message. Cali conservatives are sick of this BS. Shout out to you, and I feel your pain. I wanna go and spend time in California, but it's communism going on, and it makes me not even want to go. I want to throw up in my mouth every time I hear the word California, and California is actually beautiful. It's just these people are evil and devils, and so they mess it up for everybody. Let me get to this picture real quick, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Look at this. I thought this was a joke, right? I thought somebody was making fun of them. Somebody literally posted Trayvon Martin with Skittles and an iced tea, and then that other kid, I don't remember his name, and he has water bottles. And this is what ignorant Negroes and also white guilt do for society. None of their deaths had anything to do with a water bottle or iced tea and Skittles. Trayvon Martin did not look like that. And this young boy in this picture did not look like he looked. They picked a picture of them when they were babies, middle school and stuff. They just picked a picture of what that boy looked like at the time of this incident. And Trayvon Martin, although I think Trayvon Martin's situation was a little sketchy, Zimmerman, I think he should have went to jail. But Trayvon Martin was on top of Zimmerman. Trayvon Martin was banging his head into the ground and beating a man up. Trayvon Martin wasn't just going to get Skittles and an iced tea. Trayvon Martin was sipping syrup and all kind of other stuff. Let's just be honest. And that other kid was 100,000 times worse than Trayvon Martin. That 14-year-old boy had a loaded gun and went in the store stealing. And allegedly he dropped the gun, picked it up, or he pointed the gun at somebody and got smoked like a brisket. It's sad. It's unfortunate. If it was my son, I'd be sad. But I ain't finna get on no TV and lie to y'all and say he didn't even do nothing. A 14-year-old with a real gun stealing out of a store. Put the picture back up. And this is the image that they want to show you. And I put my life on it. If you ask, I would say probably the average black person about this, or the uninformed white person that has white guilt, that why did this kid die? They'll literally say he had a bottle of water and they chased him down and killed him for no reason. They're not going to cover the fact that he had a loaded gun as a 14-year-old boy in the store with an empty backpack trying to steal waters. Or whatever else he was trying to steal. But anyway, did we get another super chat? Anthony, thanks so much for the super chat. God bless you and your family. Brandon, thank you for all that you do and stand for truth and being the salt and light in this world. I appreciate it. God bless you. Hey, just so you guys know, when we go live, make sure you, if you leave a super chat, let us know. We'll try to cover the super chat in between stories. This was an impromptu live. I wasn't going to go live. I had a lot of stuff to do today. And for the people that love me, it had something to do with Verdict. We went to a really prominent restaurant and we had to present Verdict. We did a tasting there, and I think that they're gonna carry Verdict, and I need you to come with me to do a tasting and a dinner. All right, we're gonna start doing these Verdict dinners. So therefore, if you love Verdict, if you love me, you get the best of both worlds. There's some places we can do it and smoke cigars. I'm a cigar. If you don't like cigars, then you ain't got like a burnt offering. Then you don't need a burnt offering. But if you want to, just keep it on the lookout because we're going to start touring. I don't know in the comment section. I wonder what you guys think about it. We're going to start touring. I got a couple places in mind. We've been already pitched with a couple venues, and it literally makes me excited to do something new and different. I'm going to continue to do this, but I'm going to also add some touring. People ask me all the time over the last 6 years, Brandon, when are you going to travel? Are you coming here? Are you coming there? I'm going to try to go everywhere and see you guys and spend time with you and have fun and hang out and have a good time. It's good doing the videos with you behind the screen, but I would enjoy it better if we had an opportunity to spend some time together and sip a little bit of bourbon if you drink bourbon and smoke some cigars because I love cigars. And we're going to do that, all right? Y'all stay tuned. Be on the lookout because when these dates hit, we're going to sell out like this. I'm telling you. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll do a post-show clarity. Are we prepared for that? Maybe we'll get tomorrow because my guy's been here all day, and we all got to go home. But I love you guys anyway. Tomorrow we'll be here bright and early. Hold the phone.